Good morning. Welcome to the Sober Heathen podcast. I am the Sober Heathen. This is absolutely an impromptu. I was laying in bed about 40 seconds ago. Well, it's more than 40 seconds because my intro is longer than that. And then I'm like, you know what? I said that I was going to document my recovery on this podcast, and so why not get on and talk candidly for a moment about where things are. As I've mentioned through some of the lives and whatnot, my great grandmother who raised me is not doing the greatest, but she's also 99, so that's kind of to be expected. At some point, there will be a decline, right? So I got that going on. I'm kind of dealing with everything with the help of Miley, obviously, trying to get things figured out in home care, and trying to gather her information to get all that stuff done. As everybody, work, you always have somebody at work that drives you nuts. I don't really have anybody that drives me overly nuts, but we're a growing company, lots of changes happening daily. That can add to some anxiety as well. Bills add up. I signed up for therapy because I figured I needed it, and I do need it. And then I got an invoice today that said it was $360 for the first visit, because I have insurance through my work. I have Blue Cross Blue Shield through work. I'm going to call them today and see if there's something that was missed. But for one therapy appointment, if it's $360, that is just not something that I can do. And that's kind of the point of this podcast. I would like anybody that hears us, if you know of anything, any help out there, or any companies that can help people, not me. I'm not worried about me. I'll be fine. I'll figure this out one way or another. But, people, mental health is such a big thing in this country right now. And there's just hard access. And the truth of the matter is, if you make over 17,000, I think it's 17,000 something remission, you can't get Medicaid to help you pay for these things. So 17,000 is not very much, but even the smaller jobs, I make more than that, and I'm not really making that much. So that Medicaid, county insurance doesn't really help. So it's like the people that are out there working, sometimes have a harder time getting insurance. I know this because I've seen people come into my office and I've been signing them up, and they make just enough where they can't get Medicaid and they can't pay out of pocket. So luckily we have some donors that help out with that. And that really is what I want this podcast to end up being. I have a Discord where I'm going to set up where it can be a chat thing. I'm going to set up I can't remember the name of it now. All I can think of is Vimo, but that's not, or Venmo, but that's not it. Try to get a way to set something up where we can help people that need this shit. Like, I'm in a good place right now. I've been in recovery for a while, and it would just be really nice to be able to help somebody, or at least give them information so they can help themselves, because sometimes it's not as easy as some people think it is to find it. And then I look at, we are taxed to death, and this isn't going to be a government bashing thing. This isn't going to be a political thing, but it's the truth. You look at your paycheck and the amount of money that you don't get, and then you have to have insurance. It is forced upon you to have that now. And then you look and you see that the Senate has passed a bill to send another $95 billion across the water to other countries. And you have people that are funding this thing that are struggling mightily to get their daily needs met, their mental health met, their family fed. And this is something the Senate decides to send up to Congress. And it's absolutely frustrating, and it's heartbreaking. The rules that we have in place, I had a young mother come into the office one time looking for help, and we couldn't see her because she didn't have a substance use disorder either. And it's like, because of the way that the insurance companies work, turns out she did smoke a little bit, so we put down that she has issues with smoking. right, to get her some help. And luckily, I work for a company that's willing to find those loopholes and to give people help. And maybe I shouldn't be talking about that because somebody will find out where I work and somebody will do something stupid and say something stupid. But anyway, right now, it was hard to sleep last night. My anxiety has been through the roof. Yesterday, it was so bad at work. My hand was like shaking. My chest feels tight. It feels like somebody's sitting on my chest. But I don't have a desire to drink. And so if that's not recovery, I don't know what is. I've had a couple people on social media trying to tell me that my recovery is not that good and I need to fall farther, which it's the same person. It might be the same person on two different accounts. I think that's very fascinating that somebody would be willing to say something like that when coming from a holier than thou standpoint. But obviously, I'm jumping all over the place around here. I just want to get on and give a quick update that how I'm doing, because that was the point of the podcast, a video diary type thing. Despite all these things, I feel good. I'm able to stop and and to sit here and say that thinking that drinking doesn't sound good, that would be a lie. It does give the illusion of ease and comfort. At least that's what my mind tells me. And so but I'm able to sit here and I look at this morning I look at Miley, and then my son texted me this morning, wanted to play some video games, but I had an appointment. I look at those things and I'm very grateful for those things, and I won't have those things if I go back in the bottle. So I'm not going to do that. And you don't have to either. I'm here all the time. I mean, I work, but you can find the Sober Heathen on any social media and shoot me a private message. You can email me at thesoberheathen@yahoo.com or scott@thesoberheathen.com if you just need to chat. I have a lot of really good people, good friends in the recovery community. If I can't help you, maybe I could reach out to them and they can give you a different ear perspective on what to talk about. We can be, we don't have to be best friends in order to help each other out in the recovery community. We can just be there for somebody that needs it, and just do the best that we can. Because sometimes all you need is just a little bit of hope just to get through that hour. The saying is one day at a time. I don't believe that. I think it's, especially in the beginning, it's a lot smaller than that. It's just get through these next 15 minutes so you can get through this next half hour, and then get through the next 15 minutes, and then you made it an hour. It can literally be that short of increments. So things are going to be okay. There's always a way. There's always a way to find help. There's always a way to find therapists, doctors, medication. It's not easy sometimes. So let's get together. If anybody listens to this and you have any good links for, especially I think remote or virtual is super helpful for people, especially people who have lost their license because of their substance use disorder. Any information, I will pass it along. I have a website up again. I would love to put any information that you folks have out there on the website so it'd be easy for people to do. I want to get the Discord up and running too. So any feedback that you have on that, if you don't know what Discord is, it's a chat and voice program, which is, we use it for gaming most of the time to get on. We all join into a room and if we're all playing the same video game. But I thought it would be a good one for recovery too. I got a few different rooms set up. I got rooms that you can branch off into and talk to somebody one-on-one. If you don't like using your voice and maybe there's some anxiety in that or you're shy, excuse me, you can be in one of the text rooms and you can text people. And I think just having a place to go in there and talk to somebody immediately. Once I open it up, it'll be open 24/7. So hopefully it'll get big enough that there will be somebody in there all the time for anyone to have somebody to talk to if they need it. So check out the website. Let me know what we think. Again, if you have any information, shoot it to thesoberheathen@yahoo.com or scott@thesoberheathen.com. As always, thank you very much for listening. As the show grows, and if by somehow the show grows big enough that it's able to do things that I'd love to do, we're going to make some things happen. And we're going to help save some people. And I think we're already doing that by sharing your stories and, just having conversations that a lot of people don't typically have. And I've really enjoyed almost nightly. There's a live with myself and Lindsay and Adam. If you don't know who they are, check out my feed. You'll find them. Check out the live events on my YouTube. Those guys are there, and they're always doing something. It seems like every single day. They're good people. They have a good message. It might be, and I think I do too. And sometimes we might be a little controversial, I guess, because we go against what the norm is. But it's only for the sake of discussion and learning. And I believe that 100% from both of those two. And I know it's true for me. We just want to have a discussion. We just want to put things out there, and we want to help people. So, short one, but thanks for listening. And every like, every comment, every subscription means the world to me. And let's keep fighting this thing together, because fuck addiction. That's why. Have a good day.